All right, guys. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry for the noise outside. Guys, my name is Creg, the Rock, the People Streamer, the Great One, the most electrifying man in streaming and entertainment. Welcome back, everybody. Pickles, welcome back. Good to see you. Caleb, welcome back. Guys, I want to introduce you to our host, our co-host for today. Her name is Candy. Hi, Candy.
Hello.
How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Pretty great, pretty great. Thank you so much again for coming on to Dating with Craig. Today's topic is going to be um, is marriage a trap, right? But before we go into all of that, how about you tell us your name, no, your age, your relationship status, and where you're from.
I'm 32. I'm currently divorced, but still with the man,
Okay,
and I'm in Georgia.
okay, and you're in Georgia. So
Yeah.
this topic is going to hit home for sure. Then I did not knew any of this coming
I
into.
figured
Okay, okay.
to
So
make it interesting.
yeah, yeah. All right, I guess we're gonna start strong. So, for, based off your experience, do you think marriage is a trap?
Yes.
Why so?
It's just a way for somebody to try and get everything that you had prior to them because once you sign into that agreement, now everything that you have is theirs.
Okay. And with divorce, I'm guessing it's split 50-50.
Not with me. I most of the time divorces are split 50-50, but I held something over his head where he had to sign for an uncontested divorce.
Wait, what is that? I'm not familiar.
So, uncontested divorce is where I bring him the paperwork, tell
Okay.
him to sign it, or
Yes.
there will be other legal actions
Wow.
that can go on down the road.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That is quite interesting.
So you've
Uh,
got a contested divorce and then you've got an uncontested divorce. Contested divorce is where the other party doesn't want to get divorced, so you have to go to court and split everything up. An uncontested divorce, you don't have all that. You each agree on what you're keeping. That stays out of the court, and you put on the paperwork where they're going to go, where you're going to stay, and as long as they sign and everything, you go to your court date, you're good to
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for teaching me that. That is something new I did not know.
go.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna go to the chat real quick. Age Dominator, thank you so much for coming in with the host. I appreciate that. Caleb, welcome back. Frosty Shadow, what up? What up? What up? Did you change your name? I'm not familiar with that name. Guys, thank you so much for coming into the channel. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so in how long were you married for?
Not even a year.
Not even a year. And
No,
if I'm correct, I don't know the laws of Georgia, but are you a, once you're married, it has to be a year until you can be divorced.
no.
So you can just get divorced immediately.
You can have it nullified immediately.
Okay,
Otherwise, you have to go to the courthouse and petition for the divorce. And like I said, it can either be uncontested or contested.
I see. How long did you guys date before you decided to tie the knot?
Maybe like a year, year and a half. Not long enough.
Okay, not long enough. How long do you think it's the right amount of time to get to date someone before you marry them?
I used to think you could do it quickly, like you just know when your person is your person. I was very wrong about that. I think you should at least date somebody for 3 years before you start thinking about marriage. You don't really get to know a person before then.
I see, I see. So I have a theory, right? And I'm very glad you said at least 3 years. So I think the first 6 months of any relationship is called the fa-
Oh,
infatuation phase,
yeah.
right? Where it's you're so turned on by them. You want to be around them all the time. You have so much sex. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
right? And then because I learned this a long time in school. There is like the infatuation stage, there is the best friend stage, and then there's the old people stage, right?
Yeah.
Now, the infatuation stage usually lasts for 6 months to a year. The best friend stage usually kicks in around 3 to 5 years, and then the old people stage usually lasts around 15 plus 15 years till death, right? Basically, it says we ain't breaking up no matter what. It's us now and forever, right?
Oh yeah.
The best friend phrase is more like you're my best friend. Like I got your back, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying that um, yours lasted within the first year. Do you feel like it's because of the infatuation? Did you fell out of love? Did you fell out of what do you think went wrong?
So I think me being a woman messed me up. I saw the red flags in the beginning.
Okay.
Like it was never really a good relationship from the start. There was a lot of hidden things that came out. But women have this psychological thing where they just got to be the better woman and got to be the woman that gets picked. So I wanted to be picked over another girl, and that should have been a red flag right there. Which it was, I guess it was an ego thing why we got married in the first place, and a lot of things happened in our relationship.
Okay.
Most of it being infidelity on his part
Okay.
prior to us getting married. I
I
think he
understand.
started being good after marriage, but I don't think I ever let it go.
Okay. Well, once that trust is gone, it's very hard to regain.
Yeah. we never we never should have got married.
Okay. All right. No problem. So let's talk about the future of marriage, right? Specifically, the nature of marriage. Modern day marriage versus today's marriage is completely different, right?
Yeah.
Like, I personally do not think it's worth getting married nowadays, and especially in 2023, because let's
Yeah.
just look at what marriage was back in the day. Previously, it was a contract, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I have land, you have cattle. Let's come together so we can be mutually beneficial to each other, right?
Yeah.
Like it was like with kings and queens, they used to put their daughters together to to join their kingdoms together to build,
Yeah.
right? Uh, in modern day, it's become more about love, right? And we've
I still
seen,
think it falls on a stability thing as well for a lot of women and for men. I think a lot of people can really not be in love with you and just be with you because you're stable, because you're the good choice, because you have your shit together. Like, I don't really think it's about love
so I
anymore.
guess it goes back to being a financial decision.
Yeah. I think it's still very much about that. There's so many people stuck in relationships and marriages they're not even happy in just for financial stability.
Mm. Well, okay, so my thing is this marriage, right? It's meant to be a lifetime contract, right? For better, for
Yeah.
worse, in sickness and health, till death do us part. How much does your happiness or feelings have a role in that?
I mean, not looking at it from the contract standpoint that it is, it's really just about status, stability, all that.
What it previously
Girls just
was
want to
back in
get
the day.
married to say that they got married. Like, no, boo boo, it's not the best thing in the world.
I understand. Um,
Yeah.
you said stability, correct?
Yeah.
Uh, when you say stability, that's more of a. What do you mean by that? Is that more like financial stability, or is it like mental stability, physical? Like,
It's
what do you mean?
definitely not mental because if anything, your significant other or spouse will drive you more crazy. It's more financial stability, knowing that someone else is there that is responsible for covering bills when you can't.
Okay, I see. I see. All right, I appreciate that. Let me go to the chat real quick. So Caleb says marriage is a trap. Coastal baby, what do you think? Do you think marriage is a trap?
I do.
Uh, Christian, I'm not gonna ask that question. It's very inappropriate. uh, yeah, don't listen to Green Bean at all. All right. Um. Okay, let me go back to the panel. No, no, Christian, behave yourself. Be nice. Okay. What do you think are the pros and cons for marriage? Let's start with the pros.
Again, there's that thing that women have. They want to be seen. It's a status thing for them. If
Status.
you've never
Okay.
been married or never been proposed to, you're not worth anything.
Okay, so it's, for example, you're hanging out with your friends, and when you introduce him, it's like, hey, this is my boyfriend. This is the guy I'm dating. Or, hey, this is my fiance. Hey, this is my
Girls
husband.
definitely want to say, this is my husband or this is my fiance. I know girls that say that and just started dating a guy a month ago. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
So I've always said this: women control access to sex, and men control access to relationships, especially marriage. Because at the end of the day, who proposes to who?
Generally, the man proposing to the woman.
Okay, so we that everyone has their own control. Now I've heard this multiple times, and I've seen this. There is usually a decline in certain things after marriage. For example, there's usually a decline in sex. Why do you think that is in marriages?
I think because the woman already got what she wanted and thinks she has you where you want you at that point, when in reality, you're just going to drive him to cheat by withholding sex. So, the easiest thing to get when you're not in a relationship is some coochie. But the hardest coochie to get is in house coochie.
How fucked up is that?
I agree. I agree. But a lot of it also plays into sex for men is very visual, where sex for women is very emotional. So if you're not giving me the emotions and things I need, I'm not going to be turned on and want to have sex with you.
Okay.
Men look at something and they get hard.
It's quite simple. Okay, you said, wow, I love the fact that you kept it real, right? So the key thing you said first is that when women get married, they get what they wanted, which is what? Stability. So if I'm always providing you stability and I'm going to throw in protection and I'm always giving you this stuff, why aren't you always giving us sex?
It could be how you treat us, how you make me feel on a day-to-day basis. Because, like I said, it's all emotion
It's all
driven. Like,
emotions. Would you
it's
say,
all.
would you, is it fair to say that emotions are kind of like the weather? They change constantly,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
right?
Women are very emotional creatures.
Ah, if you're emotional creatures, how much influence can we have over your emotions?
More than you think. The smallest things, from telling us we're pretty every day, or making sure we ate that day, or asking how our day was. We want you to care.
So
The more you
affirmations.
care, the more I'm into you.
Okay. So tell them you're beautiful. Words of affirmation. Show
Yeah.
us that you care. So it could be physical touch. It could be acts of services. I'm giving you all the love languages, and all that men get is sex.
I mean,
Do you see
out of
how much
most
we're given?
relationships, yeah, but it depends on the type of woman you're picking. If you're not going to bring somebody that actually has something to offer to the table, then yeah, all you're getting is sex because that's all she's got.
Mm, man.
Like, a lot of people are bums these days, men and women. Don't have jobs, don't help support your dreams, don't push you to be a better person. Then why are you getting married in the first place? Because if it's just for coochie, I mean, you could get that anywhere. You can go to the corner and get it from the $2 hooker down the street. Like,
Oh man. Okay, so you also said something interesting, like when women withhold sex, it allows that no, it excuses. I'm paraphrasing. No, not excuse. There's no excuse for cheating. Um, when women withhold sex, most men will go look for it elsewhere, right?
they tend to, yeah. I mean,
Which brings in infidelity, right? So, but I also know most of those men will not end the relationship or end the marriage. They'll still be married to you and they'll get what they
cheaper to
need
keep her.
somewhere else.
Cheaper
Why?
to keep her.
Do you hear these sayings? I grew up
That's
hearing that
why
too.
marriage is such a taboo, because Majority of people that I see that are out there cheating are
Mm-hmm.
married people or
Mm.
people in relationships. Like, just go be single.
So, but this is the thing that pisses me off, right? I made a commitment to you, whether I'm your boyfriend, whether I'm your husband. I said, hey, you and I are going to be exclusive together, meaning that you're the only person I'm going to fuck. You're the only person I have access to for sex. And then when you withhold that sex from me, it's like you're restraining me. It's like, I'm like, hey, I made a deal and you're not holding up your end. So,
At the same time, though, you're entering into that contract that says you're going to love and cherish and this and that. And if you're treating me like I'm just some chick off the street and constantly demeaning me or disrespecting me, that can also bring in the withholding sex because now I don't even feel like you like me. You're making me feel like less of a person. So why would you turn me on? Some girls are just to get withhold sex to withhold sex.
mhm.
Some girls withhold sex because you're not meeting that emotional requirement, or you changed and took off your little fake clown suit, and now you're being the real person that you are since we're married, and I can't back out of it and walk out the door and be like, it's over.
Yeah, yeah.
Some girls start withholding sex because you're not giving them what they need, and then some girls are just hoes, so I don't know what to tell you, and they wanted to have sex with somebody else.
Wow. Damn.
I mean, some men are hoes too. It goes
No,
both
that
ways.
that is true. That is true. Ah, wow. So let's go back to the pros and cons then.
We got off topic there.
No, yeah, no, no, no. I mean, look at that, right? One of the cons we could say is like the withheld of sex. The decline. Matter of fact, let's just keep it simple. The decline of sex for marriages. Do you know anyone else around you that's married?
My sister's married. She's in a happy marriage. You know, of course they have their arguments every now and then, like
Sure.
normal couples do. But between that and my granddad's marriage that last, those are like the only two positive marriages I see around me. Like every other marriage that I've
Okay.
seen around me ended in some type of disaster.
From what you've witnessed, would you say sex has also declined from those marriages?
No, I think they still get pretty freaky. Well, maybe the my granddad's marriage sex probably declined then with some erectile
I mean,
dysfunction, but
that's biological, right? Okay, fair enough. Fair
he was
enough.
still a horny man though.
Nah, I get you. I get you. Okay, how do you know? How do you know if you're ready for marriage?
Ooh, I don't think I could honestly answer that question because my marriage did not work out. And obviously, I wasn't ready and didn't. I thought I was, but I wasn't.
What
That's
para-
a iffy one.
what parameters did you have at the time that made you think, "Hey, I'm ready for this"? Like, what was your thought process like?
I think he was very much so in that fast age stage. You know, in the first year or whatever of dating somebody, they're not showing you the real them. They're showing you what you want to hear. So I
Hmm.
thought he was everything I wanted. Could
Yeah.
hold down a job, was a one woman man. I'm
Okay.
streaming right now. 1 second. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Um, but it just wasn't what I thought.
Yeah. Okay. So from what I've seen and from what I've understand, and once again, it comes back to marriage being a huge financial decision, right? Because let's think about it. It's all an investment, right? You invest in the wedding in the engagement ring, right? And the
Right.
tradition is it's 3 months salary or more, right? So
Depends.
that's from the guy perspective. So there's the
Yeah.
money, and then there's the wedding. Weddings tend to usually be expensive,
I feel like the weddings are just for the women's satisfaction because you could have you a cute little chapel wedding
Yeah.
and then go on an extravagant, you know what I'm saying, honeymoon. Weddings
Oh,
are
which I
just
prefer.
to show off to all your friends.
Once again, status.
Yeah, status.
Right? Abjangari, what's up, man? Welcome back. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Well, yes. So, again, I'm just looking at it, and I'm just like, man, it seems expensive. Like, and again, you're gonna be living it together, right? So, when you're living together, are we splitting the bill straight 50-50, or is it more like 70-30?
I mean, I don't feel like anything's ever 50-50 because you're going to have bad times. Maybe you were sick the week before and your check is short. It could be 80-20 one day, 50-50 the next, and flip twenty
So it
eighty the next.
changes. Okay.
Yeah, it changes.
Rhaegar says that the bride's father usually pays for the wedding. Is that has that been true in your situation?
No, my father's not even in my life. If anything, my mom helped.
Okay, your mom. What about your sister? Same. I'm guessing the same thing as well.
My sister, when she got married, she told my dad that the only way he was invited to the wedding is if he contributed, so of course he contributed.
Okay,
But he did not pay for everything though.
I see. I see. So the bride's father, and if the
Yeah.
bride father isn't present, then I'm guessing the couple's going to be paying for it.
Yeah.
Okay, hence why it's more easier to invest in a honeymoon than the
Yeah.
full blown wedding. Okay.
Exactly.
Listen, I'm all
It's
for that.
smarter too because the wedding is just for your guests to enjoy. Like you
Yes.
already know what you're entering into. But the honeymoon, that's specifically for you and your significant other to enjoy, which is what it should be about, not making the rest of the world happy.
Yeah, I understand. Pedro, that's not the question at the moment, Pedro. Uh, I'll ask that question later on. Okay. In your opinion, what do you think is the key to a successful marriage?
Compromise and understanding and a lot of forgiveness.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Compromise.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody has 100% of what you're looking for, and you will never find somebody that has 100%. So you need to make sure it's an understanding person, a person who can communicate with you. All that's extremely important. And you're going to have to forgive a lot. Nobody wants to talk about that, but there's always going to be something you're going to have to forgive your other significant for that you wouldn't personally approve of. It's nobody's the same.
Would you say you also need to be forgiven for a lot of things?
Yeah, I can be a big bitch sometimes. I'm
So when you say forgiveness, you mean it on both sides.
both sides, definitely.
Okay. Okay. And compromise. When you say compromise, does that mean you compromise your values? You compromise your boundaries?
I
What
wouldn't
do you
say
mean?
compromise your values, but compromise on always getting what you want. It can't always just be about one person. It's a marriage, it's two people. So compromise is going to come in because you're not always going to see eye to eye on everything, whether it be a house or a car or a move or a career change. It's something you have to talk about to your with your significant other because it doesn't just affect you.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of compromise.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that. Okay. What would you consider? What should I consider before proposing or accepting a proposal? Like, what are red flags that I should look out for before I accept, or what are some green flags that I should look out for before I accept a
Have you
proposal?
seen this person go through a hardship? Have you seen this person go through a win? Have you been beside this person at their lowest? Have you been beside them at the top when they're at their happiest? Because they're going to act a different way in each one of those scenarios. And you need to know whether you can handle that or not.
So true. So freaking true. So, I have this test, right? Before I get into any relationships. I say this. You know what? Let me start with a metaphor. Do you know the way how they test if a boat is really, really good? Like a boat or a ship is they put it through a storm, right? I won't commit to a relationship until we go through some hardship, until we fight, until because feelings change the moment you're angry at each other.
Yeah.
The moment shit starts going wrong,
That's when you really find out how somebody feels about you.
exactly.
That filter comes off and just everything starts flying.
Ah, like it's like that motivational saying, you'll see who they really are through hardships.
Yeah.
So, and marriage is going to be filled with them. It's going to be filled with challenges. So,
Yeah.
okay, that was I like that one. That was very good. That was very good. How long did it take you to learn that?
A long, long time. 30 years. 30 years at least.
Okay, so would you consider getting married again?
That's a iffy one. Of course, everyone well, at least all girls dream of being married and stuff like that and it working out. But with all the negative sides that come to it, if y'all buy anything together while you're married, it could have been you buying it with all your money. The other person had nothing to do with it, but since you bought it during your marriage, now that's communal property, and now you have to fight for it if y'all get divorced, whether it be a house, whether it be a car, or children, or whatever the case may be. I mean, I think it's just a way for the government to make another form of money. If you really love somebody and you're really going to be faithful to them, why would you need a piece of paper?
Boom.
So when you decide to leave them, you can take all their shit?
Exactly. I say, why not just commit to a long-term relationship? Why bring the
No,
government into it?
I don't think many people believe in monogamy anymore or staying loyal to one person. I don't want your love. I want your loyalty.
So, do we need the government to make it official for us? Like, why can't we have like, okay, you want a
Not
wedding?
technically. I mean, even back in the day, they did away with it now, but there was a thing called common law marriage in Georgia, where if you were with a person for a certain number of years in the state of or in the eyes of the law, you were married. They did away with that. No, now they want you to pay. They don't want you to just be with somebody for a certain amount of time. They want you to pay fees. They want you to pay for
It's
lawyers.
a
They want you to
business.
pay all. It's
It's
all
a
about
freaking
money
business. Come
with the
on.
courthouse.
Wow.
If you really love somebody, just slap a ring on your finger. You ain't got to go to the courthouse, sign a contract. You can devote yourself and be for that person without that contract.
Yo, you know what I'm convinced about now? That growing up, they've been programming in us for marriage, especially since Disney. Disney, like Disney movies and all that.
Time you start watching TV or listen to talk shows or
It's
anything
all
like that.
a fucking business. It's all
Oh, yeah.
about money. Like, think about it. You gotta get a wedding planner, right? You gotta invest in a ring and all that stuff, right? Like, you get divorced, you're splitting everything. Family lawyers, right? Family
Yeah.
court. If you have kids, you gotta split alimony. You gotta pay child support. It's all fucking money.
Yeah, it's definitely all about money, that's for sure.
Holy crap.
At least as the government views it, not as, people who are selling love and think marriage is the next step. That
Hallmark.
we think is for love, but Hallmark, movies.
Yeah.
But
All these rom-coms.
it's just like all the holidays they make up, Valentine's Day and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just about money.
A couple days ago, it was National Boyfriend's Day, so everything is set for you to be pushed towards marriage.
Yeah.
Wow. I just look. Facts is this, right? Divorce rate is over 50% now, right? So the way
And
how
most of the people, the other 50% that didn't get divorced, at least 30% of those people, at least 30% are unhappy.
Holy crap.
And probably just in the relationship for stability. Or because they can't figure out how to leave or do it on their own.
Listen,
It's sad.
This is why I'm leaning no towards marriage. This is why I'm feeling it's a huge trap.
There's a lot, there's way more negatives than there are positives to getting
Ooh.
married. Even when you get married and you go to file your taxes, now they're counting both of your income. You're getting less taxes back, especially if you don't have any kids. They hate
Ah.
people without kids.
Oh Lord, here we go again. It's a financial decision. Look, I look at it this way. Imagine if I say, "Yo, Candy, we're gonna go skydiving, right? But hear me out before we go skydiving, because even skydiving is it's a lifetime commitment. It's a life contract to be specific,
Yeah,
right? And if I say this, listen, over 50% of the parachutes don't really work, you know, and even with those 50%, 30 of them are not really happy with the whole experience. You want to still go skydiving?
no.
Would you
I don't
still
know. Maybe
go
if I
up
had
and jump
cancer
out of?
and I was like dying next week or something,
So you're
sure,
like,
on
fuck
my
it.
own terms.
Yeah. Oh my lord. I just feel like it's kind of like how marriage is nowadays, man. Like, trust me, I am happy for a lot of people who are genuinely happy.
Yeah,
And I think the people that are genuinely happy are more of our older generation now. I'm t-
definitely.
and I'm talking about maybe our parents, but more definitely our grandparents.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
know, because
They actually valued marriage then. They thought about it in a different way. There also wasn't all the social media that you have nowadays, which makes it so easy for people to cheat. Oh, just because you got this, and this person liking your page, you think you have a real chance with them, or that they'd actually be a suitable significant other when in reality they wouldn't. So people end up cheating just to lose something good or bad. I don't know if your relationship was good or bad, but you know, social media plays a big part in relationships.
social media gives you access to more people, and
Exactly.
that could be very dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, our grandparents didn't have as much access to people like we do today, right? And
Yeah.
not only that, social media it gives you like, um, what do you call it? I want to say it's more like affirmations, like people
Yeah.
liking your photo, telling how cute you are, right? Like, oh my God, you look so great here. Maybe you're not getting that as much from home, but now you look on your phone, you're getting that affirmation from somebody else, from a stranger, right?
Yeah.
And it's so much more easier now than back then to reach out to someone. I think Instagram is the biggest dating app because look at it this way: most people are asking for Instagrams now more than they're asking for numbers because they can keep track of you of everything you're doing on Instagram. They see your
Yeah.
stories, they know what you're up to. They see like, oh, this person checked into here, all that stuff. They'll see all your pictures, and they can still send you a DM. So,
Yeah.
oh Lord, oh Lord. I mean, yeah, it's not very helpful towards it whatsoever.
I
Okay.
agree.
Um, what would you say? How can I improve communication with my spouse or partner?
You definitely have to be willing to listen. A lot of people just don't actually listen. They just talk and react versus listening and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be on the same page. Otherwise, I could be telling you something and you're taking it as an attack where I'm just trying to explain my feelings. So you definitely have to be open minded and understanding because I'm not sometimes, and that hurts. Um, be very honest. Uh, honesty's that famous saying, honesty is always the best policy.
Yeah, I okay. I'm gonna
And it's the best way to get to know somebody, whether you're gonna like them or not. Too many people fake it.
yes. Okay, so men lie to get to men lie in the sense that I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear, right?
Mm-hmm.
To get what I want, right?
Yeah.
So this whole honesty thing, if it's not practiced earlier on, it's definitely going to be repeated in certain different ways during the relationship or during marriage, right? For
Yeah.
example, I've lied multiple times to protect the other person's feelings because I feel like I can't communicate the truth to you, You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's like, yo,
I
every
know what
time I
you're
tell you
talking
the
about.
truth, you bite my head off. Every time I tell the truth, you start crying. Every time I tell the truth, there's some bad reaction towards it. So it's not, the truth is actually being punished more than it's been rewarded. So
I
now,
agree.
now I don't want to
People
tell you
can't
the
be
truth.
open with their feelings without the fear of being attacked for it. It's a lot of, I mean, even in my own relationship, it's a lot of reason I shut down sometimes because I feel like if I try to explain feelings or things like that, there may turn into an argument and I'd rather avoid it altogether. So in turn, I end up not saying anything, and that's actually worse because it ends up eating you inside. It's
Yeah,
gonna still be there. You can't talk about it, so it's still there.
it's true. It's true. Rhaegar says he prefers not to lie. Keyword though, prefer. But if you have
Prefer,
to,
not that he won't lie, but
we
he
don't want
prefers not
to.
to lie.
Exactly, we don't want to. But shit, if I have to get my own way, fine.
Unfortunately, that is how a lot of people think.
It sucks the type of world we live in, though, man.
This is true.
Holy crap, it sucks. How can we improve though? Like, okay, with everything that we've learned from past relationships, right? Now we grasp it, we're learning, now we're moving forward. The next relationship. How do we not bring all those baggage and how do we bring everything that we learned to better this relationship? What do we do?
I know what people should do, but no one does. You
What
should
should
wait and you should heal. People swing from one branch to the next and think they're not going to have all that baggage, all that added negativity and toxicity that you got from the last relationship. You can't just unlearn all that negative and narcissistic reactive behavior overnight and just jump into a new relationship and think it's not going to carry over because it is. There's soul ties. I mean, there people never let go of their past. People just don't. You have to heal from it before you can go be with somebody else.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it's just going to be a war zone.
I'm gonna sidetrack a little bit. So I always think it's better to be with a younger woman than an older woman. Hear me out, because that person has less baggage. That person has less trauma, less hurt. Listen to what you just said. You said you need to take time to heal, right? So let's just say you're 28 and you're hurt, right? You take 2 years to heal. Now you're 30, right? And again, I want to build with you. I want you at your prime of your life. You know what I'm saying? So the more you
Yeah.
date, the more time you need to heal. So wouldn't it make logical sense to get someone who's younger, who hasn't dated that much, who's not that experienced in that? That way you two can learn and grow together.
But at the same time, depending on how much younger you date, are y'all going to have any of the same interests? Are you actually going to get along because you come from a different generation that was raised differently? It's iffy.
I think it's
I used to
I
think
think
that
it's
dating a younger guy was better because I could mold him into what I wanted. Shit. That's the biggest lie I ever told myself.
I don't know if the proper word is mold, because it has a bad stigma towards it.
It was probably a bad choice of words, but
But you know what, I know what you
that's
mean.
what girls say.
I know what you mean, because like, well,
Them
because
cougars that go after all those little young guys, that's what they say. Mold them into what you want, honey.
okay, how about if I say this then? Let me rephrase it. I rather date someone with less dating experience. Okay, that has
I agree with that.
less
Yeah.
relationships they've been in, less sexual bodies they've been with, because again, it's like a blank canvas. You
I
guys can,
highly agree with that.
yeah, you guys can draw
The more
together.
sexual partners you've had, the less interesting normal sex is going to be for you.
Mm.
I mean, the more relationships you've been in, you've got all this extra hurt and baggage from because
And the
obviously y'all ended
comparisons.
for a reason.
Yeah.
Um, So I could see that dating someone who has less dating experience. They will actually be more so in it for love than rather, oh, I'm gonna get this person before they get me because they haven't been through that.
Yeah, yeah. Rhaegar says never lie for personal gain. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Also, do people actually do that? Like, for example, I've lied on a job interview multiple times. that was
Definitely.
that was personal gain because I gained a source of income, right? Um, I've exaggerated, but
I
exaggeration
think there's
is lie.
levels to it because lying on a job application, as long as you can actually perform the work that you're applying for, who are you hurting? Whereas lying in a relationship to your significant other actually does affect someone and hurt someone.
Okay, for example, okay, lying, right? Okay, who lies? Who's a bigger liar, men or women?
I think they lie equally, but women are more sneaky.
And okay, so the correct question is, who's a better liar?
Women.
Women. Okay. Do you consider makeup as a lie?
Do what?
Do you consider makeup a lie? Do you
For
consider
sure.
push-up bras a lie? Do you consider girdles a lie?
Everybody's a catfish nowadays. Between the fake eyelashes, the makeup,
Yes.
they have booty padding panties to make your butt look bigger. What you gonna do when you bring that man home and take off those?
So my point is, it's like when, and to be fair, most girls take their face off at the end of the night, right? And the same girl you went out with does not look like the same girl who's coming to bed. You're like, whoa, 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 babe, what the hell happened here? So
Girl had full eyebrows before she done washed her face and they're
it's
gone.
gone. They're gone. Right? So I feel lied to. I'm like, wait a minute, this is false advertising. You look like this on your Instagram, and then you look like this in real life. These two are not matching up. What's up with that?
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, you don't expect a man to really love you. Like, I believe in wearing makeup. Yes, it accentuates your features. It hides, little small things. But you shouldn't be caking on makeup to where you look like a completely different person when you take it off.
Yes, yes.
You a whole catfish, then just go ahead and have a seat at the bottom of the pool.
Yes, exactly. I learned today what the original use of makeup was for.
Thank you for the
Um,
bits.
it was originally meant to insinuate, what's the word? To compliment, because okay, before makeup was
Aw, thank y'all for the bits. I'm sorry.
you're good, you're good. Makeup was at first was lipstick and blush, right? Because these this is what happened when normally a girl gets when she gets flushed, her cheeks turn red and her lips turn red. So that was original use to put that on because men were more attracted to that. They're like, oh, she's turned on. Oh, she's getting horny. Blah blah blah. That was original use. Now it's grown so much, you can become a whole different person with it.
It's all about money and industry. If there wasn't as much advertisement and faking and photo touching on these people you see on TV, normal women at their house, they look and they see, oh my God, she's so pretty. How does she look? That's all edited, honey.
Hmm.
So go look at them folks without all that on and see what they really look like. If you want to be fake, by all means, go ahead and be fake. But I'd rather look like me at the end of the day.
I know you said there's different levels of lies, right? So let's just say a guy on a dating app, he says he's actually 5'8", but he says he's 6 feet. How big of a lie is that? And is it a deal breaker?
He's 5'8", but he's actually says he's 5'8", but he's actually 6 foot tall.
No,
Oh, says he's 6 foot, but
he's actually 5'8".
I mean, it might be a deal breaker for a girl who's like, for example, 5'9". Most women and I don't know what the ruling behind it is, probably some protector thing or whatever. Most women want a man that's taller than them, that they feel like can protect them, because who wants to feel like you go out in public and some shit done started? Damn, I gotta protect my man. Look at his little self just standing over there. Nobody wants that. So I could see lying about
Even
height,
if he has more muscles, like you're 5'9", he's 5'8",
but
he has
why lie though?
muscles, huh?
But why lie though? And sweetie, we can go get you them little wedges that go in the bottom of your shoe to get you that extra 2 inches if
Hold
that's
on.
what you're
Okay,
looking for.
I was about to go say that because people can wear wedges now. They're lips. They're called lips or wedges, right? So men can look 6 feet tall, but again, you take your shoes off. Wait, what? You're not gonna take your shoes off the whole time?
I ain't taking your shoes off out in public. I don't care. You still look big to that other man.
Okay, so my thing is this: most people are putting a huge deal breaker on height, right? Height is something you can't control.
Yeah.
It's your genetics, it's your genes, right? Your personality you can control, your weight you can control, right? Because you control what goes inside of your body. I understand the exceptions, medical issues, and all that stuff, but these are things you can control. So when when someone says, "Hey, listen, I put 6 feet, but I'm actually 5'8", I don't think it's that big of a lie, right? And also, most men are stronger than women. Most of the have you seen the UFC fighters? Most of them are like 5'10" and below, and they're some of the baddest people in the world. They can kick ass. So if it comes down to protection, a guy who's maybe 1 or 2 inches shorter than you can definitely protect you. Look at freaking
I mean,
Tom
I
Cruise.
agree, but women have this thing like height hasn't ever been a thing for me. I'm 5'2" though, so not many people
So
are
you look
shorter
for
than
five
me.
three and above.
Yeah, I've been with a guy who was my height. Like literally I've just never dated a guy that was shorter than me, but I've also never encountered a guy that wanted to date me that was shorter than me, so I can't tell you how I would react in that situation. I'm a short girl, but it probably is a deal breaker for taller girls. I mean, when I'm standing in front of my man, do I want to have to look down on him to kiss him? Like, I don't know.
Uh, oh Lord, okay, but guys do that all the time, though, right?
You
Usually the
should
guys are the
you should
taller
be looking
ones.
down on us.
All right, I'm gonna go to chat real quick. So Rhaegar says he's 6'1", right, and still single. Can you solve that mystery?
6'1", still thing. I mean, your height is not a deciding factor on whether you're going to be in a relationship. Are you stable? Do you have a good job? What do you have to bring to the table other than your height, homie?
Okay.
Are you a good man? Are you nice? Are you affectionate? Do you treat women with respect? But at the same time, you can't be a simp. Girls walk all over simps. Not all women. I love a damn simp. A man who respects me, who's would do anything he could for me. But a lot of women go for that bad boy bullshit over a simp. So don't be too simpish. You still got to lay down the line every now and then. Otherwise, some of them girls will take advantage of you. Just use you.
Okay, so this is. Oh, I got another example for you, because we're talking about height, right? Um,
Hmm.
I say this, right? Logically, you say you're 5'2", so logically, anyone 5'3" and above should be in your range, right? But I've also met a lot of girls who are 5 feet, and they're like, no, only 6 feet and above, only 6 feet and above.
That chick is delusional, and she's probably going to end up with a shitty man because she's literally only including 6 foot and above men. Your soul might be 5'2", sweetheart, and you over here telling folks you don't want nobody unless they're 6 foot. You just stupid. That's
Mm-hmm.
flat out stupid.
So Joe in the chat, aka Batman, he says he's 6'6", and his wife is 5'1", right? So listen, I don't know Joe and his wife relationship whatsoever, but it's not uncommon for someone who's 5'1" to date 6. Like, imagine him
I mean,
trying to kiss his wife. His feet are spread apart. He's like bent down more than like he's. Is your back okay, Joe? Is your back okay? Because
my
you're like
husband's 6'1", 6'2", something like that. So I understand. He probably does hurt his back.
like what do you do now if you date a guy that tall? Are you jumping up every time to kiss him? Do you bring a little ladder with you every time to climb up? Like
Oh, I'm a little spider monkey, baby.
he'll just climb up. But I also
Either that or I get the little run and jump. You better be ready to hold me when I latch on to you like a little leech.
also in the bedroom, height doesn't matter. Hello?
Not at all.
It doesn't. You're on the bed. It doesn't matter.
Some of the shortest men I've seen got the biggest penises you will ever see.
There you go. Yeah.
Some of the biggest, tallest men had little bit. Like, what I'm gonna do with that? What? You better go get you some extends.
You're like, and now you're thinking to yourself, all that height just wasted. Listen, all I'm saying is this whole like,
counted.
there's a lot of females
And
out
don't
here
let
that
that girl lie to you
delusional.
talking about size don't matter. That's the biggest lie women tell to boost y'all egos.
I'm sorry, can you say that again one more time? I didn't hear that. The chat
Don't let
didn't hear
women
that. Chat,
lie
listen up,
to
listen
you
up.
men talking about size does not matter. Women say that bullshit to boost your ego because it damn sure does matter. You can be too small. Shit, you could even be too big. For some bitches, for these horse having bitches, you might be perfect if you're too big, whatever. But that's the biggest lie women will tell you. Size does not matter. It does. Go get that Viagra. Go get that Extends. Unless you're already blessed down there, then stay away from that because you might be too big if you do that.
Okay, is there such a thing as, on a female perspective, your vagina being too big?
You mean too wide?
Yeah.
Yeah. If your shit is open like the Grand Canyon, how's he supposed to get any pleasure?
So
You can't just
it
be
might
sleeping
not
with
be
everybody.
It might not be
But
his
at the
dick.
same time,
It might be her vagina.
having
Your
sex with
vagina is too
multiple
big.
men does not make your vagina get wide. Better do your Kegels, bitch. It's a muscle down there. You have to work it just like you do any other muscle
It's
on the
a
body.
muscle, and if you don't work that fucking muscle, and it becomes loose and like a fucking Grand Canyon, again, the women out here
You
like,
have to
oh,
work
you're not
that
big
muscle.
enough. Who can?
It's not the man's dick that's stretching you out. You ain't using that muscle because we push out whole 10-inch head babies through our coochie and that thing goes right back to normal. So it ain't the amount of people a girl has had sex with. It's about working the muscles. Do you know your body? Do you do your Kegels? Do you do any type of exercises at all? Or do you just lay there?
I love that. I love that. Clip that. That was great. That was great. Yo, Dexter, welcome back, Dexter. Elias, welcome. Hamad, welcome, welcome, welcome. Caleb, he said, I hate to say it, but it should be both for family. Okay. Crystal Zamora. Who's Crystal? Joe. Is that your wife? Keep me updated, Joe. Keep me updated. Okay. All right. Let me go back to this now. Okay. So in a marriage, right? How do we handle financial matters?
I mean, everybody's different. How it should be done is the percentage rule. When I've got it, I'll do it. If I don't have it, can you make up for the percent that I'm short? I think going into it thinking it should be a 50-50 thing is good, but it's not always going to be 50-50. You might be up here, might be down here. So, I mean,
The percentage
go
rule.
into it with the thought that we're going to do this 50-50. It shouldn't be one-sided. Those marriages that are one-sided where the man's just paying for everything, those men end up resenting in the end. It can't just be one person doing everything all the time. Women that just stay home, clean the house, and take care of the kids, those women are going to end up resenting the men because he gets to go out and have a life. He gets to go out and make friends. I'm just stuck in the house all the time cleaning and taking care of the kids. But it can't just be to the extreme. It can't be the extremes. And there's give and take.
Okay. I'll wait till the pops. You said the percentage rule. Does that mean based on how much each of us are making? So, for example, if I make...
I mean, that's going to come into effect if I have a really low-paying job and my man has a really good job. Can he expect me to fully cover the 50%?
There we go.
That's
so
where the
that's what you
percentage
mean.
varies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for example, I make 100,000, you make 70,000. We can be like, hey, we can do
My
70,
percentage
30.
might be a little lower,
Yes.
but there might be a week you took off work, you were out sick, so you couldn't make money. Well, now I'm going to have to cover that, and I need to be prepared for that.
Okay.
It can't just be on one person. It can't just be on the bigger bread maker. Like, the last month I worked, I make $75,000 a year, which is good where I'm at. But the last whole month, I was basically out sick, so my checks were complete shit. Technically, I make more than my man, but did he come through and pay the mortgage or whatever on the house? Yes, because he knew I couldn't.
Okay.
I mean, he always contributes, but it's usually more of we'll both go in on things.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Thanks for sharing that. Appreciate it. Dexter, welcome back, Dexter. You said the outfit of the day. My outfit? Dude, I just wear a black t-shirt, man. Are you talking about Candy? Candy, do you want to tell us
Candy
about your...
doesn't even have, like, a bra on or anything. That's why her titties are not in frame.
There you go, Dexter. You have your answer.
Tank top and some sweatpants. Powerpuff Girls, to be exact. Powerpuff Girls.
Ooh, I love them. A lot of kids don't know about them anymore. Sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Yeah, this is just an up view, you know. When you stream like this, you chill clothes.
I get you. Rhaegar, thank you so much for hanging out, man. I appreciate it, brother. Have a good night at work, bro. Cheers, man. Moodrad, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go to the next one. Okay. This one I have very strong feelings for. Okay. How can we balance career and family life after marriage?
You have to value your marriage more than your career.
You are the first girl I've had that said that. Oh my God. I've said this over and over. You can be either a really, really good wife and mediocre in your career, or you can be really, really great at your career and be a mediocre wife. Which do you prefer? And the fact that you already said you need to put your marriage before the career. Okay. Why did you say that?
You can find a job anywhere. If this is the person you're choosing to spend the rest of your life with, you need to put more commitment into that than you are your career. I look at it like, if you value in your job more than me, this ain't what you want, honey.
Agreed.
I need you to put into me like you've been putting into that job.
You're invested in the job.
It's something you really want, you're dedicated to it, and you're going to make sure you do everything you can in your power to keep it. And if you're putting your career above your relationship, you're not going to keep that relationship.
I'm also of the mindset that your boss is not going to love you as much as I do. You know? Your boss is not going to care about you.
If you died today, your boss is posting your job tomorrow.
Exactly. You're being replaced.
If you died today, your husband's crying horribly and hopefully not, looking for some sympathy, pussy.
But also, can I say something? Men love differently, okay? When it comes to sex is very different for men and women, right? Because for men, it's just a physical thing. It's just like, once we get it out, once we do it, that's it. There don't needs to be an emotional attachment. But for women, there has to be emotional attachment. So, like, let's just say he gets sympathy pussy. That's just because he's fulfilling a physical need. He'll still cry for you. He'll still love you. He'll still mourn for you for years to come. that feelings do not disappear. Sympathy
Yeah.
pussy is just like, it's just sex. I think this is why when it comes to cheating, it's so different between men and women. Both hurt. Don't get me wrong. Both fucking hurts. A lot. Right? I just understand that it takes a lot more for you to cheat than I do. You know? Because, again, you control access to sex. You have to have an emotional attachment to that person before you let him in. They have to let you in. They have to give you affirmations. They gotta make you feel good emotionally and all that stuff for you to like, you know what? I'm gonna open up my legs to you. Right? Men don't have access to sex as much as women do. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay.
Really?
Well, again, if you want to speak differently, please jump in. All right, I got a few more, and then I'm gonna switch it up. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Um, what are the benefits of a long-term commitment like marriage over cohabitation?
Hmm. So, you mean like,
I think your light went out.
yeah, I see that. I was trying to mess with it. So you mean a marriage over just being in a committed relationship?
Yes, basically, yeah. To put simple, why marriage over long-term committed monogamous relationship?
Me personally, I'm not gonna go for that one. I at this point, with how marriage and divorce has gone for me, I'd prefer just an actual committed person that's gonna be loyal to me versus having that paper signed.
Hmm.
I don't think marriage is worth it these days. I mean, for those people out there that truly found their one and you truly love each
God
other, by
bless you.
all means, you're blessed. You're
Yeah.
blessed beyond you beyond belief, for real. But this day and age in 2023, marriage isn't worth it.
Can I ask a little personal question? Um, you say your divorce, is that separated or divorce? I know you say you still
We
live
are
together, but like,
legally divorced, but
okay.
we are still together.
Have you started dating yet?
Him again.
Is that because he's closer, more familiar?
Mm. A lot of it has to do with that.
Have you, all like after, you guys settled? Have you looked
So,
into other
right
people?
after the divorce, he moved out or whatever and
Okay.
stuff like that. And I tried to date, and all they want is some sex. All they want, that's it. Like, if I want sex, I'll just be single. Like, I don't understand dating these days. It's not like it used to be. Oh, take me out to dinner, get to know me. We'll go on a few dates, blah blah blah. No, motherfucker thinks they take you out to dinner. Shit, they think if they take you to McDonald's, they get some pussy. Like, excuse me, no sir. So that's why I went back to my ex. Like, dating these days, especially in my age group, I'm like, nah, nah. Familiarity got me, and I went back to him because I tried to date. It was, my town is a shithole for dating too. So
All
it's
right, hold
slim
on.
pickings here. All the good ones are already in relationships.
Let's look at the facts now. Hold on. Okay, you're divorced. Cool. Do you have kids?
No,
Okay, so you're not a single mom or anything like that. You're just single at this point. Now, do you share with people on the first date that you are divorced?
some people would want to know that right up front, but me, would I share it personally if I was to date again? No, I don't have any kids that ties me to anybody, so there's no actual baggage. There's no me having to see this person and having them be in my life regardless of something. So me, so to say, no. Like once we started talking and I figure out I like you, yeah, I'm sure get brought up in a conversation. Hey, I've been married before, but I'm divorced, blah blah blah.
And what you're
But
looking for is
first
a long
date type
term.
of deal, no.
What are you looking for? You're looking for something short term or something long term?
Uh, I'm too old to be looking for something short term. It'd have to be long term.
Okay. So you're looking for something long term. Do you tell them this before the first date?
I think if you're actively dating, like most people would have a dating profile if or something in their profile to relate what they're leaning to.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good disclaimer whether you're just looking for somebody to friends with benefits with or whether you're actually looking for a real relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you
that's
said
something that
most of the
should
men
be
were looking
talked
for
up.
sex. So if they're looking
Uh,
for sex,
If you
that's
want
not
just sex,
something
just
long
tell me. I
term.
mean, I might think you're hot enough to have sex with you.
There you go.
But
But
if
most
you're
people,
telling me you want a relationship and that's not really what you want, why are you lying?
once
We're
again, we come
grown.
back to
What are you
lying.
scared of?
There you
Why do
go.
you got to lie?
There you go. Again, people lie in order to get what they want, right?
Hmm.
It sucks. So people are not really telling the truth. Hey, I want something long term. That means that we're not just gonna be fucking right away or anything like that, right? And um, I'm gonna backtrack. So you want something long term, right? And you just got out of a divorce, out of a marriage. Who filed?
I did.
Okay, so why leave something long term? I'm sure there's multiple reasons because you told me a few of them so far. Why leave that and then to go back on the market to start all over again?
Because he thought he could treat me any kind of way. He thought he could do whatever and that I'd just stay. Mm-mm. You're going to respect me. You're going to be faithful.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to talk to me like I'm a dog.
That's good. That's good. I respect
Sometimes
that.
you have to show people that you're not playing for them to act right.
Good.
Because a man that really wants you and really, like, really wants you, not just wants to have sex with you, will move fucking mountains to be with you.
I
If
agree.
he's not trying and he's just wanting you for sex, you're gonna see it. You might be in denial about it, but you're gonna see it.
I agree. I think people's actions speak a lot louder than their words.
Hmm.
Yeah, people can gaslight you as much as they want to, but their actions will tell you everything.
Yeah.
I totally agree. All right, we're gonna switch it up now. We're gonna do truth or drink. Okay.
All
Uh,
right.
at this point, we're gonna go back and forth. Okay, so you can ask any questions you want to me or about dating, about anything you've always wanted to ask about men, whatsoever. Okay, and I'm just gonna throw some stuff at you. Okay.
All
Um,
right.
once again, the whole point is to make the person as uncomfortable as possible, so they have to drink. All right. Do you have your drink? Love it. All right. I have mine. I need a glass. Let me get a glass because I'm not gonna drink straight from this. Okay. Give
I
me
like
one
mine.
second.
This is my bottle. This is my personal bottle. It lasts me about a month.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Let me grab a glass real quick.
Matter of fact, before we get started, don't touch me, people.
Okay. Let's give it a little bit of pour, and that should be good. Alrighty, alright. Um, do you want to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for truth or drink. Okay, if you feel uncomfortable, drink. If not, speak the truth. Question number one, Candy. If I'm gonna ask your best friend, who knows you very, very well, what is your biggest red flag? What's the number one reason not to date you? What would your best friend say?
That bitch is crazy.
Wait. There's the hot crazy scale. Okay? Right? On a scale from
Hey,
1 to 10, how crazy would your best friend say you are?
like a 7 or 8.
Okay.
Kind of crazy.
All
I'm
right.
bipolar, so those emotions be like,
Okay. I'm not sure how I would handle all of that then. Good point. All right, your turn.
huh. What's the first thing your ex would say about you? Say a new partner, like you're dating some new girl and she runs into your ex and she starts talking to her. What's that ex gonna say? The
I'm
first thing that's
unreliable.
gonna come out.
I'm unreliable. In the sense that, okay, saying that I'm gonna show up somewhere and then I don't. For example, she's like, there's been times when she was like, "Are you gonna come home on this day?" And I'm like, "Yes." And then I'll go out drinking with the boys, and I'll come home either super late or I won't come home that day. So unreliable. I think when it comes to things that matters the most, I'm there. It's just showing up sometimes. Yeah.
So you mean to tell me you picked drinking with the boys over a night with your woman? Disappointed, sir. Disappointed.
All right.
Disappointed.
Well, here's the thing though. I'm a bartender, right? So like I'll like work
You a
like my
bartender. You should be getting drunk while you're serving. I used to be a
I
bartender. I
do.
used to make that extra shot for the customers.
I
Knowing damn well
do.
I went and took it myself.
That's why I wanted to drink after work because now I'm not on the clock anymore. I'm already tipsy. Now I can go on the other side, get free drinks, and just hang out. I do.
So why not invite her to come hang out then?
It's too much of a trip for her. So I live in New
Oh, well,
York
then
City.
she's just a lazy bitch.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You
It's
can't
also
complain about me being unreliable if I told you plans change and I gave you an invitation and you're just like, whatever, it's too much problems.
yeah. She has no
It's
interest
give
in
and
like.
take, homie, give and take.
No, I agree. I agree. I just know that she would have no interest in like coming out and drinking with strangers because that's what I do. I like you meet strangers all the time at work, right? And then especially I worked in a sports bar, so you're meeting all the bros, and then after work you're drinking with them during your shift. And me, I'm very heavy with my hand, so I pour a little extra all the time. And then now we're all best friends. We're all hanging out, and I'm hanging out with those random strangers afterwards. So yeah, that's where I'm a little unreliable. And also, I don't want to drive home, so I'll like sleep in the car and then wake up and then drive home in the morning. So yeah, those are stuff
Gotcha.
I had to work on those. I had to work on those. Just priorities, priorities. Yes.
Sound like you were still in your party days.
It's well, you know how it is as a bartender. You know how it is. Like you're hanging out. You got coworkers you like hanging out with, and again, it's not like I'm out fucking anybody else. No, I'm just drinking with the boys. We're watching. We're working in a sports bar, and this was always on Sundays too. So we're watching
So
the games.
what it's gonna boil down to then is finding somebody with the same interests as you. You sounded like you had a girl that was ready to sit down and settle at home. And
Yes, yes, yes.
so you gotta have somebody who's on the same page as you. You want somebody who's fun and likes to do things then, not somebody who's
Oh,
just gonna be a
she's
house
fun.
party.
She's fun, but we don't. I don't need her to like football. I don't need her to like that sort of stuff. We
You just
already
need
have.
them to be present.
I just want her to leave my Sundays alone.
Oh, she's okay. You just wanted your me time on
Yes,
Sundays. I got
yes,
you. I got
yes.
you.
That's all I wanted. Okay, like I'm there like Monday to Friday, and then I work like Saturday, Sunday a long hours, so I'm not there as much. But like, and then I have to come back Sunday right away so I can start Monday. No, no. I just want my time alone. Okay. And that's where the unreliability part comes in. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to have to kick these questions up a notch, okay?
All right.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going back into my list right now. Where is it? Where's the playbook? There it is. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Do you like PDA?
Yes. But there's a time and a place for it.
So not church?
Not church and not while I'm at work in uniform and stuff.
That's fair. Yeah, professionalism. But if you're out at the bar, especially if it's
Oh
like a
yeah,
first date.
you better grab that ass. You better kiss me. You better mush bitches in the face if they try to walk up to you like, no, I'm taking no. You better be
Right?
doing all of the above.
I like that. I like that when you tell other
But
people
not
like,
all
"Ah!"
women. Not all women. Some women don't like to be touched though. So
I feel like
that's
you can
iffy.
judge like within the first 30 seconds
Yeah.
of meeting each other. Like
Like
especially
my
because
significant other touching me or one of my friends touching me, but don't be no random ass stranger coming up and put your hand on my shoulder because I will snap.
mm, what about if it's a first date? So I'll give an example. So
If it's
here's
a first date, don't be trying to touch my coochie. Don't be
uh-uh,
going for my titties because
uh-uh.
it's just gonna come off as disrespect.
Here's how I test the water, right? I do this and I can tell if there's physical attraction or not because you can always see how someone looks on pictures, but then in real life, you can tell within seconds. So me, naturally, I'm a hugger, so I'll go in for the hug, and based on how they take that hug, you can tell how if they're into you or not.
That's a good tell sign.
If they do the side hug, like the church hug, you're like,
You know that, yeah.
it's not quite there. If they come in and squeeze you too, the attraction is there, right? And that's one
That's
of the
true.
best ways to already start breaking the physical barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't dive in like some dumbass and try to grab my ass out of
No,
nowhere.
you don't do that. You don't do
I'll
that
be
at
like,
all.
date over.
All right, your turn. Come on, girl. Bring on the hard questions.
Have you ever had a woman tell you that you didn't satisfy her? And how did you take it?
Yes. I asked questions. I asked
At least
questions.
you tried to figure out what you did wrong.
Yes, I asked. I'm like, listen, because here's one thing I understand about sex. You're not everyone's gonna be compatible right off the bat, and your first time having sex ain't gonna always like in the movies be the best sex, right? Everyone is different. So, I said, teach me. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me where you like to be touched. Tell me how do you feel about foreplay? How do you feel about afterwards? Like, what do you like? So,
Okay. At least you're a smart one.
ask questions.
Ignore my drinking. I'm just drinking.
I got you. I got you. Okay. Um, to you, what is the most exciting part about sex?
Foreplay. Because without the foreplay, baby, you ain't getting me wet.
You see what I'm talking about? This is why you ask questions. There you go. If you spend like 5 minutes on foreplay and then the rest he's just like going in, you're like, bro, it's all sand down here, man. Like I'm not ready yet. He's not
It
reading the
depends on
signs.
what he did in that 5 minutes of foreplay because you could turn this bitch into a water park if you really tried.
But fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Ooh. What's the most in a month you've ever bought Plan B?
What's the what?
In a 1 month period, what's the most you've ever bought Plan B?
I have never purchased Plan B.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. That's good. Ooh. Have you ever cheated before? And would you do it
Yes.
again? If you
Yes.
know you're not going to get caught.
Would I cheat in the relationship I'm currently in? No. Have I cheated in the past for revenge? Yes, because baby, if I stay with you after you done cheated on me, just please believe I got my get back.
Why? Why not just leave?
It's not
Wouldn't
always
that
that easy.
wouldn't that be
Sometimes it might
petty?
boil down to is you can't leave this person right now because leaving them might mean losing your house, or you can't pay bills and you're going to go in debt. Maybe you really did love them, and maybe the only way for you to get over it and get past it is to get even, which, red flags here. I got even.
Okay.
And I made sure he found out. Because where you did it behind my back, boo boo, I'm finna show you right in your face.
Okay, so you say get even. Is it getting even about, hey, I'm hurt, so I'm gonna hurt you too?
Yes, because I want you to see what you put me through. I want you to understand. I want you to play the crazy one, wondering where I'm at, wondering who I'm talking to. I am big on revenge. That is one of my major flaws. I'm gonna make you feel how you made me feel, because if me telling you how it made me feel didn't fix it, I'm gonna show you so you understand. Because I tried to just be a good woman, they'll start treating you right. Bullshit. Nah, bitch, keep fucking around, you gonna find out. I'm not that girl. I'll hurt your soul.
This sounds like a vicious cycle. Hear me out.
It
I
is,
had a
and one day
girl.
you just have to stop it. But you asked, have I cheated before
No, no,
and
no,
would I
no.
do it
This
again?
this is good. This is
I
good.
might cheat on your ass and then leave you afterward just so I know I got my revenge so I can feel better in the day. And it's a bad way to feel better. But whatever gets me over that hurt, that's what's about to happen. You should have never crossed that line in the first place if you didn't want me to take it there.
You also said that time healed. Time healed. So why not take the time to heal yourself to get over the hurt?
Mm, that's something we just tell ourselves, but when you're actually in the position and going through the emotions, you don't think as clearly as after the fact.
Uh-huh.
When you're high strung on all the emotions, you tend to act off impulses.
So, women will tell you one thing, but they'll do the opposite.
Oh man,
I understand.
everybody does in
Yeah,
reality.
yeah. It's like, hey, here's how we're supposed to do, but here's what I'm going to do.
Exactly.
No, I totally get it, man. Listen, I think it's a vicious cycle because it's like a hurt person can. What do hurt people do? They
They
hurt.
hurt people.
Exactly, right? So if
That's
you.
definitely why it's a vicious cycle, because I used to be that sweet, innocent girl who would have never.
I think it's cut off. I'll give it a second. It says you're cut off. Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah. My laptop died.
Oh, okay, okay. I like this lighting though. The phone works well too.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. You said I left you like you were an innocent person.
I used to be an innocent person one point in time and thought, my first real true relationship, I thought I was going to spend my rest of my life with him, stayed faithful to him, blah, 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 just to turn around and find, guy I gave my virginity to, just turn around and find out he wasn't just fucking just me. He was fucking everybody and their friend too. So in turn, that turned me into a spiteful person, and I went wild after that. And of course, I hurt the next person I got with, and I'm sure they hurt the next person they got with,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth.
And the cycle continues. Hurt people hurt people.
Exactly.
Aye, aye, aye. And see, here's the thing. What I've been taught, like this whole thing that time heals, I don't have the time to sit down and, all right, I'm gonna heal, right? Because I've learned this a long time ago. The best way to get over someone is to get under somebody else, right? And I don't know if that's the same thing on a female perspective. Do you agree? All right, let me rephrase. Do you agree with the fact that the best way to get over someone is to get under someone else?
Yes and no.
Go on.
Yes, because it will replace those immediate thoughts in that moment. And no, because you're still going to miss them. You're still going to think about them while you're with this new person. And that new person is going to catch those vibes. And it's not going to start that off well. So if you're actually looking for a true and serious relationship, I suggest you don't. Because who knows? The next week you might feel differently, and once your ex back, realize you were just on a temper tantrum or raging at the time, and now you done fuck somebody else. So how you gonna explain that one?
Shit. Yeah, good point. Holy crap. Man, this is brutal. All right. And since none of us have drinking for any of this, we gotta kick the questions up. Your turn.
Is your penis small?
No.
Oh, you weren't worried about answers.
No, because I've gotten great reviews. See, here's my thing though. There is what people tell you, and there's what you think, right?
Okay, so has anyone ever told you your penis is small?
No.
Has anyone ever told you your penis is trash?
Yes.
Oh, that's so sad.
No. It just here's what I take it as. I take it as I wasn't good enough with the sex wasn't good enough. That's how I take it, right? It's like, yo, your dick game is weak or blah blah blah, and that just means that I'm not experienced enough. And what do I need to do? I need to gain more experience. And how do I gain more experience?
Just like being raw dogged at full case. You don't know. You was probably just trying to put some love and emotion into it, and that's not what the bitch wanted.
Exactly. There you go. Once again, every girl is different, so you can't do you can't do what works with your ex onto the new girl, because chances are that shit ain't gonna work, and it's gonna feel awkward. No. And there's one thing I learned, because I used to be in a lot of long-term relationships, so you learn pretty quickly how to please that one person. And then once you get out of that relationship and you start dating again.
Start over dating. That's why you gotta wait. You gotta unlearn all that shit you learned in that past relationship before you walk into another one.
Correct. How do you unlearn it though?
It's fucking hard. And nobody has a sure shit way of unlearning it. Everybody has a different way of dropping those toxic traits they had, or those narcissistic traits they had, or whatever the case may be. Now, everybody is different. There's not one clear-cut way to get rid of it. Trial and error, baby.
I look at it as like being more versatile. Instead of like unlearning it, just add to the knowledge, add to the library, add more stuff.
You don't necessarily have to unlearn it. You just have to learn from your mistakes, from where you were messing up at. It's not... You don't want to unlearn something, because then you've completely forgot that knowledge and you can't put it to any good use in the future. But you do want to learn where you messed up at, or your fault. So you can fix it.
Alright, tell me how you fix this, right? Because here's where I really got fucked up. I was in one relationship for like 2.5 years. This girl was my best friend for 6. So she was in my life for 8+ years, right? And when we broke up, she gave me literally like a whole list, right? An actual list. She gave me like 50 reasons what I was doing wrong. I was like, shit. I got a lot of things.
That bitch thought about breaking up with you before she broke up with you then.
Oh, way before. She printed out a whole list?
To stay with somebody, and if you have to sit down and make out a list, you might as well just go ahead and cancel the relationship.
Oh, way before. What's funny is because I saw this coming. I saw this coming. Like, I kept going on trips and vacations, and I kept inviting her. And she said she couldn't bring me because her dad doesn't know we're dating. And the reason why her dad doesn't know that we're dating is because her dad doesn't like her dating black guys, right?
Oh, it's racist.
So I was like, okay, that's your dad. Do you care about every little thing your dad thinks? Either way, we got in a whole conversation about this, but I was like, you know what? Cool. I'm still gonna go on all these trips without you. And I was happy. I was posting pictures. You could tell I was having fun.
If you can't tell it, like I've only ever dated black men, so my family tried that bullshit. Oh, it's a phase. You'll grow out of it. No, bitch, this is me. You're gonna accept it or you're not.
Mm-hmm. And there you go. But she did not. She did not. After she ended.
She sounded like she had jungle fever then.
Oh, she did.
She wanted to rebel against her dad and just fuck a black man.
Well, she did. So, and what's funny, right now, years in the future, she went back to one of her ex who was a Hispanic guy, and now they have kids and they're married together. All right? But either way, I'm going to go back to the hurt part, right? Point being is that we dated for so long. She gave me a lot of reasons why we break up, and I'm like, cool. So I didn't date for a full year. I worked on myself. I did the right thing. I took time and I healed. The next girl that I dated, right? We dated for a year and a half. This girl, literally, after we went to her family's home, right? We had a great time on her family's vacation. Came back. This girl sat me down and she says, Craig, you're too good of a boyfriend. This is not going to work out. And she ended things with me. She gave me some other reasons, you know. She was like, you know, when I'm angry at you, I want you to scream at me. I'm like, but you're trying to make me feel better. You're trying to fix everything. Sometimes I don't want you to fix anything. Sometimes I just want you to fight with me. And I'm like,
that toxic shit she picked up from the last relationship then.
I'm like, wait, what?
That's just, she learned so much toxicity in her past relationship that a safe place actually scared her and intimidated her.
And she's like, this is not going to work out. So then I sat down. I'm like, wait a minute.
She's probably learned so much past toxicity that she herself has become a toxic, fucked up person. And she was probably doing some shitty shit behind your back as to why she ended it, because she felt bad.
Guilt. It's the fucking guilt. That's what I think it is. It's
Guilt.
Whoo! So for the next couple of months, right, I drank myself to sleep a lot. And I would start thinking to myself, like, I was like, wait a minute, one of my bad boyfriend I get breaking up with. One of my good boyfriend I still get breaking up with. What the fuck
Because
am I
she's a shitty girl. You just didn't find a true, loyal woman. You found a woman who may have been loyal and true at one point, but probably went through so much toxic bullshit. If she wanted you to yell and get mad at her sometimes, that she doesn't even truly know what love is or what a healthy relationship is or any of the above.
Yeah. So all that hurt people, I turned into an absolute asshole after that.
I can imagine.
Oh yeah, like at the time I think I was 24 or something like that, and I hadn't been with like 5 people at the time. She was number 5, and for the next 2.5 years, I went from like 5 to up to 90 or something like that. Like I was dating like 5-6 women at the same time. So when you're talking about like dating multiple people, I'm like, wait, you said the guy you lost your virginity to was dating multiple people. At any point, did he say that the two of you are exclusive?
To me, yeah.
Shit. Here we go again with the line.
It wasn't public. Now I look for public displays. If you have to hide me, I don't want to fuck with you.
Oh, lordy, lordy, lord. If you hide someone, you're doing something shady. But if you show off too much, you're doing it for social media. You can't win.
I mean, there's a fine line.
What's up, T-Max? What up, CM Spider? Sorry, go on. You said there's a fine line?
Yeah, it's definitely a fine line. You can't do too much and you can't do too little.
Okay.
Gotta tread in that gray zone.
Oh, I have a good question for you. Um, what do you prefer? Do you prefer making love or being sexually disrespected?
You'll have to go into more detail on the sexually disrespected. I need to know.
All right. I'm
Like, do I want you slapping me during sex in my face? No. Slapping my ass? Yeah.
okay. You know
Talk
how
to
like
me dirty.
love is
Don't
like
call
more like
me blood
soft and
or nothing
sensual
like
and blah
that.
blah. Sorry.
But I'm also not into the super slow bullshit either. Like, maybe sometimes when I'm in that mood. Like, sometimes I want to be fucked, and sometimes
There.
I
That's
want
what I
to
was
be
asking. That's what I was asking. It's like, do you prefer
fucked.
making love or just being fucked? That. That's what I was asking.
It's all about mood and situation. I like the best of both worlds.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh. Okay. What's the worst thing you ever did? What's the worst way you ever broke up with someone?
I
What's up,
had already
Mohammed?
another guy in, well, not necessarily moved him in, but had him staying with me while the last guy came to pack his shit.
Wait. What?
So I dated one white guy before. Um, I guess trying to make my family happy or trying out, see if I like white guys, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
It was all good in the beginning, but he was very mentally and physically abusive. So I got to the point where I just didn't give a fuck anymore. So I actually, before breaking up with him, I had my new guy friend come over and play video games together with my current. And me and the new guy friend sat on the bed together and basically held hands or touched each other under the blanket while my current boyfriend played video games. But then I, in turn, had the new guy move in or whatever, and other guy came and got his shit out while he was there. I was younger.
That's
I was
brutal.
through phase.
Damn. That is brutal. What up,
It's
T
honest.
Max? It is honest. It is honest. Oh, drink to
I was
that.
still a teenager.
Thanks for the honesty. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I was still a teenager. I was young and dumb and a hoe.
Oof.
Everybody goes through their hoe phase. Don't deny it. You
Oh, I
went through your
did.
hoe phase
Oh, I did. I 100% did. So
too.
I completely understand. All right. I got two more to go. Okay. What would you say? Going back to the marriage topic, right? What would be your biggest advice to someone who is engaged right now at this moment? Before they sign the papers, what's your biggest advice or
Just
advices?
think, can you really deal with this person, how they are, their happy times, their sad times, everything for the rest of your life? Can you deal with this person and love this person unconditionally for the rest of your life? Because that's what it's going to come to. And if you're engaged, don't set your engagement date quick. Put it like your marriage date, excuse me. Don't set your wedding date quick if you're engaged. Set it off for like a year. See how things go. Plan your wedding for a year in the future. Cause 6 months down the line, you probably won't be with that motherfucker.
You said something interesting. See if you can love them unconditionally.
People don't know how to love unconditionally these days. They don't. That's just real. Most parents with their children don't even love unconditionally these days.
And the word unconditionally means I love you no matter
Matter
what.
what?
no matter what,
Yeah.
right? And
A lot of people don't realize what goes into that, or no matter what.
yes, yes.
Like I said, a lot of marriages require a lot of forgiveness. 90% of marriages have infidelity. At some point during their marriage or during their relationship while they were dating, somebody did something wrong.
And we're not
Nobody.
just talking about physical infidelity, right? Because there's emotional
I mean,
infidelity too.
you could have a work boyfriend.
Oh. And you
Like,
know that term, my work husband?
yeah, exactly. Like, it's a lot more than just, oh, I had sex with someone. You could be sneaking, chatting to somebody you have sexual interest in, and it ain't never gone past texting and talking. That's still cheating.
Okay, all right. I'm bringing up two things right now, right? Social media, in marriages, and specifically, guy friends, right?
Right.
All right, I'm gonna give you my stand. I think when you're married, you shouldn't be having guy friends. And let me be more specific, right? I don't think guys and girls can be friends if there's attraction there, right? Meaning that
There has
if
no attraction at all
yeah,
whatsoever in a friend thing to just be friends.
exactly. Because
And 9 times out of 10, the man wants more than
exactly. My point is that listen, if the both of you are not attracted to each other, by all means go for it. If you're ugly, great, have ugly guy friends, right? But if that guy is not attracted to you as well, great. If there's no attraction, but if there is at one point, somebody is waiting for something.
that.
Somebody.
Exactly.
Like you know what orbiters are, right? Like picture you're the sun, right? Um, yeah, you're the sun, right? The Earth, revolving all around you and all that stuff. These are guys who are in your circle, in your the friendship area, circling around you, waiting.
Wait for that relationship to end so they can have their shot.
It's like right now, all he's saying is like, bro, it's your turn right now, bro.
Whatever, are putting thoughts into your head as well to
Mm-hmm.
help urge that flip.
Exactly. Waiting for a cheek in the armor, waiting for you to be sad. Oh yeah, you can open up to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let
Come,
me
come share, come vent, come
first
emotionally dump on me.
try on.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So that's it goes with that. That's why I'm like, listen, I'm not cool with my wife having guy friends sometimes. I'm like, okay, what, this is someone you grew up with? Cool. Fine. Are you guys attracted to each other? No. Is has he ever hit on you? Has he ever tried to fuck you? Has he ever tried to take you out? No. Great. Those are signs that he's not into you. But if he had way back and he's not trying, he doesn't seem like he's trying anymore. Most guys would sit in that friend zone for years, waiting for an
Yes, they
opportunity.
will. Yes, they will.
Like, is it just me? But like, when you got divorced, did any of his friends, his guy friends, come to you, or did any of your guy friends, like who you thought were just friends, pop out of something? Like, oh,
Um,
since you're single, can I take you
oh,
out? Both, right? And again, the social media aspect of it, because again, that's just having access to other men.
yeah.
That's you're putting your body on social media, unless it's for work. Don't get me wrong. If it's for work and you're building a brand, you're building your name, do your boo boo, right? But like,
I mean, I stream, and of course, when I stream my Call of Duty games, I'm wearing a boob shirt.
yeah, and that's marketing right there, because that works.
It attracts attention. But would I ever sleep with or have a relationship with one of these viewers? No. This is just to build my community,
There
build
you
my
go.
followers. Like
Mhm.
there's guidelines and rules that you go by. Like you can't just
Ah,
do whatever. Now, if you're constantly posting thirst traps on your personal page that has nothing to do with your stream or your business or whatever the case may be, yeah, you just being a thirsty bitch and you're seeing who takes the bait.
I love the fact you say guidelines and rules. Like, just like a job has guidelines and rules. Does a job not tell you what to wear? how to have your hair.
Exactly.
Ha.
But a
So
lot
when
of people think it's controlling when your significant other doesn't want you to wear this
no,
or doesn't want
it's
you to go out with
guidelines and rules.
it's because he knows the type of attention and the type of men that are going to be trying to mess with you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. My point exactly. It was like,
If he
hey,
doesn't go hang out that one certain girl because he knows that bitch is a slut and he doesn't want you involved in some slut shit. It's not him being controlling. That's him not wanting you to put yourself in a bad position that
great,
you're going to have to ask for forgiveness for.
agreed. Oh, you going on a girls trip with all your single friends? Wow, that's not going to end well. Oh,
I've ever gone on just a girls trip when I've been in a relationship. That is beyond me. I've gone on plenty of couples trips in a relationship, but once you like, it's kind of like going to a club or a bar when you're in a committed relationship without your significant other. Why? That's the type of place you go to meet people. And now we're not talking about meet friends. Bitch, you're trying to get some pussy. People that go to clubs and bars without their significant other on a regular basis, you're not just going to drink because you could drink at home with your old lady. You could invite all your homeboys over, their girls over, and drink at the house with your girl and your couple friends. You're doing too much when you're going out to the bar and you're going out to a club without your significant other.
great, great. That's exactly why girls' night out. Oh, I'm gonna go to the club. I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to Miami. Really though?
If I'm doing something like that, you best believe I done offered my man an invite. Now, if you decline, you think I'm gonna cancel my trip? Hell, fuck no. I invited you. You didn't want to go. That doesn't mean I don't want to go. I'm still gonna go. You decided you didn't want to.
All I'm saying is that there's certain behaviors that's expected as from a wife, you
Yeah.
know. So I'm like, doing all these extra activities, those are not wifey duties, you know. Those don't go with the brand of being a wife, right? So you want this. It's not controlling. It's guidelines and
It's
rules.
respect.
Exactly.
Now there is a fine line. You just don't want me to hang out with any of my friends. You don't want my friends coming
Oh
over to the house.
no.
You don't want me going to their house. That's a red flag to me.
Yeah,
Cause
you
why?
need your own space. You need to have your own friends. Yeah, yeah. I think that. All right, let's wrap it up. What would you be? What would your final tip from everything you learned today? We talked about marriage. We talked about dating. We went in and out, all that stuff. What? So, coming down. Final, final words about is
If
marriage
you're
a trap?
thinking about getting married
Yes.
or about getting engaged, think a little bit longer. Because chances are your thoughts are going to change. That's what I would say. Wait a little longer. You think you're ready? Wait a little bit longer.
Okay. So once again, do you mind like rephrasing that? You're talking to the girl that's about to get engaged, right? She was like, "Hey, Candy, you've been through this. You want me to wait a little longer, as in like a year, and that's it, or like what?"
I want you to wait until wholeheartedly in your heart you can say that this person is for me, that not just that this person loves me, because you can love anybody, this person is loyal to me and faithful to me and would never intentionally do me wrong. You need to make sure wholeheartedly you can say that with confidence, because if you can't say it with confidence, you don't need to be getting married.
Okay. Okay. I appreciate that. Candy, thank you very much. Any topics you wanted to talk about?
Bye,
Anything?
bitch people.
Yes.
I dropped my puppy.
Hold on. Let me put your Twitch name in right now. Oh, I got you. Do you mind send me your link real quick so I just copy and paste it in all my chats? Or maybe I can pull it up. No, if I get off the screen, I won't be able to. Hold on.
I put it in the chat.
You did? I, you put it. You put it in my Twitch chat or
The
your?
live chat on Discord.
Oh, gotcha. In our personal chat or in the group chat?
In our group chat for the live. I'll go put it in the personal if that makes it easier.
Yeah, do the personal one because I don't see it in the group chat.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, I got it right here. Guys, I want everyone to take a second. Make sure you guys go follow Candy. All right. Let me click this up. Okay, I'm gonna put her Twitch in all the chats right now. There we go. Go over, drop a follow.
And for that person who was asking me about outfits earlier, I wear much cuter outfits when I'm streaming games. For Halloween, I'll be SWAT.
That is a 17-year-old kid asking about your outfit.
Jesus Christ. Jailbait.
Yeah. they're gonna be asking all about those stuff through your streams. I'm sure you already experienced that already. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh crap. There we go. Yeah, guys. Once again, go follow. What is it? How do you pronounce it? Is it Cutie Pie?
Yeah. No. Eat my cutie pie.
Eat my cutie pie. Very provocative. I love it. You're like, oh, eat my what?
Oh.
I'm sure you got a lot of jokes coming in from the chat. They're like, oh, eat my cutie pie.
Yeah, I get all kinds of... How does one eat a cutie pie? I just tell them use their imagination.
Fair enough. Leave it up to them. I dig it.
Get creative.
Yo, Victoria, welcome back. Victoria, do me a quick favor, okay? I'm dropping a link in the chat right now. Make sure you go over and show her some love. All right. There we go. All right, Victoria, here it is. Boom. Guys, go over, drop her a follow, show her some love.
And for anybody who likes Call of Duty, we'll be streaming the Modern Warfare 3 beta this Friday. What up, Micah? Did I play SSBU? What is SSBU, Micah? SSBU.
Yeah, stream sniping. I don't know what that is. That's the first time. Listen, Candy, thank you so much for doing this with me, okay?
No problem.
I appreciate it so much. We're still building it, you know, it's small now, but it will get more, and eventually we're gonna have 4 or 5 people, so it's not just me and you talking. We'll be able to play off each other's energy when there's more and more people in here, right? Feel free to come back anytime you want. I do this Wednesdays and Fridays, 7 p.m. 7 to 10, more or less. Okay?
All right.
And we'll go into more controversial topics, and you've been very, very helpful, right? I followed you on all social media, so once I edit everything, you'll be able to see it. I'll tag you and all that stuff as well. And if you want the same video to put up on yours, let me know.
Yeah, send me a video when you get it all done.
Done. I got you for sure. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Stitch says you gave her a follow. Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Many years ago. Micah, I don't know if I ever streamed it before.
Super Smash Brothers, in my personal opinion, Nintendo's the shit.
Yes. Right? Well, you and I are the same age-ish. I'm 33, you're 32, right? So we grew up around the same time. I grew up on Nintendo. I grew up on the GameCube Super Smash Brothers as well, too.
Nintendo, GameCube, Game Boy, Nintendo 64, the old school Super Nintendo.
Gamecast, all that stuff. Oh, for sure. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. Have a good night, okay? I appreciate it.
Good night, guys.
Cheers. Take care. Boom. Alright, hold on. Let me switch over. Let me turn on the camera. And boom. Guys, once again, feel free to go by and Drop a follow on Eat My Cutie Pie. She was amazing. Thank you, Candy, so much again. I appreciate you so much. All right, guys, I am done for today. I have a lot of stuff to edit, and I appreciate all of you guys. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Take care, guys.